There was a time when subtle pressure worked on you more easily. A change in tone could make you question yourself. A delayed response could make you anxious. And a small withdrawal of affection could shift your behavior without you realizing it. You were not weak. You were responsive. You cared deeply about connection, and you adjusted quickly to maintain it. But responsiveness without boundaries creates vulnerability to influence. Manipulation rarely looks dramatic in the beginning. It appears as emotional leverage, subtle guilt, strategic silence, or inconsistency that keeps you slightly off balance. In the past, you reacted to restore stability rather than observing the pattern. Now something is different. You do not move as quickly to repair tension. You do not rush to clarify silence. And you do not overcompensate when someone withdraws slightly. That pause changes the entire dynamic. Manipulation relies on predictable reactions. It relies on your urgency. It relies on your need to reestablish harmony quickly. When you stop reacting immediately, the leverage weakens. When you do not chase reassurance, the pressure loses force. And when you remain calm in ambiguity, control shifts. You are harder to manipulate now because you understand emotional patterns more clearly. You recognize when guilt is being used as persuasion. You recognize when affection is conditional. And you recognize when inconsistency is a strategy rather than a flaw. In the past, you might have internalized those dynamics. You might have assumed you were overthinking. You might have tried harder to prove your stability. But growth removed that reflex. You now examine behavior before examining yourself. You evaluate tone before accepting blame. And you measure consistency before investing trust. That shift is subtle but powerful. It means your self-worth is no longer easily destabilized by someone else's mood. It means silence does not automatically equal rejection. And it means distance does not automatically equal failure. Manipulative patterns depend on emotional reactivity. They depend on insecurity. They depend on you scrambling to regain footing. You are steadier now. You sit with discomfort longer. You observe shifts without immediately personalizing them. And you allow people to reveal intention through repetition. Repetition exposes motive. It exposes control tactics. It exposes whether someone values influence more than alignment. When someone realizes they cannot provoke urgency in you, they feel it. When their silence no longer destabilizes you, they notice. And when guilt does not produce compliance, the dynamic changes. You are not colder. You are centered. You are not detached. You are discerning. Discerning people are difficult to manipulate because they do not react blindly. They pause. They question. They choose deliberately. There may be moments when someone tests your new steadiness. They may escalate behavior to see if old reactions return. They may attempt to provoke emotion to regain control. But the difference now is awareness. You see the pattern forming in real time. You feel the emotional pull but choose not to lean into it. And that restraint protects your clarity. You're harder to manipulate because you no longer negotiate with confusion. You no longer defend your boundaries excessively. And you no longer explain your worth to someone who benefits from diminishing it. This does not make you guarded. It makes you sovereign. It means your emotional state is no longer easily influenced by subtle pressure. Sovereignty feels calm. It feels measured. It feels steady. And steady people are difficult to destabilize. Hope lives here. It lives in knowing that your growth did not just make you wiser, it made you less susceptible. It lives in trusting that you can love deeply without losing clarity. And it lives in understanding that awareness changes power dynamics quietly but permanently. You are harder to manipulate now, not because you became suspicious, but because you became self-aware. You trust your intuition sooner. You disengage earlier. And you value peace more than persuasion. And when that steadiness becomes your default, something shifts permanently. Control no longer finds easy entry. Perfect. That confirms the pattern. Primary scripts alone will never reach 8 to 9 minutes in your compression environment. So we move immediately into full-length authority build mode, no waiting, no testing. We're going to double this properly. Continue directly after the last line. There was a time when subtle shifts in someone's behavior could quietly destabilize you without you fully understanding why. A slightly colder tone would make you replay conversations in your head. A delayed reply would trigger self-doubt. And a withdrawal of warmth would cause you to adjust your behavior just to restore balance. You thought you were being attentive. You believed you were being emotionally intelligent. But what was really happening was that your nervous system was reacting to unpredictability as if stability depended on your correction. Manipulation rarely feels like manipulation in the moment. It feels like tension you want to resolve. It feels like silence you feel responsible to fill. It feels like discomfort that seems easier to fix than to observe. And because you were quick to fix, the pattern reinforced itself. The more you reacted, the more influence the other person had over your emotional state. The more you scrambled to stabilize, the more the instability repeated. Now something fundamental has changed. You do not scramble the way you once did. You do not interpret every shift as your responsibility. And you do not rush to repair tension that you did not create. That pause is powerful. It interrupts the cycle. It removes the predictable reaction that manipulation depends on. Manipulation thrives on urgency. It relies on your need to be understood immediately. It depends on your fear of losing connection. And it feeds on your willingness to over-explain yourself. But you are less urgent now. You are less reactive. You are less afraid of temporary distance. Distance no longer feels like abandonment. Silence no longer feels like accusation. And ambiguity no longer sends you into analysis mode. Instead, you observe patterns across time. You notice whether someone consistently deflects accountability. You notice whether guilt is used as persuasion. You notice whether affection fluctuates strategically. Those observations create calm authority. You are not scanning for danger, you are scanning for alignment. And alignment cannot be forced through emotional pressure. You also understand something deeper now. Manipulation is not always malicious. Sometimes it is simply someone's coping mechanism, an attempt to control outcomes because they fear vulnerability. But understanding that does not require tolerating it. Compassion does not demand compliance. And empathy does not require self-abandonment. You are harder to manipulate now because you no longer internalize every emotional shift. When someone becomes distant, you do not immediately assume fault. When someone withdraws warmth, you do not instantly compensate. And when someone attempts to provoke urgency, you remain steady. That steadiness changes the dynamic. The person who once relied on your reactivity feels the difference. They sense that the old levers no longer move you. And when the levers stop working, control loses traction. You have become less emotionally negotiable. Your boundaries do not require dramatic defense. Your silence does not require justification. And your calm does not invite persuasion. Calm people are difficult to manipulate because they are not desperate for resolution. They allow tension to exist without rushing to dissolve it. They let discomfort reveal character rather than trying to smooth it over. This does not make you intimidating. It makes you grounded. It signals that your emotional state is self-regulated rather than externally controlled. There was a time when someone's approval could alter your mood for hours. When subtle validation could elevate you. When subtle withdrawal could deflate you. Now validation feels pleasant but not essential. Withdrawal feels noticeable but not destabilizing. And that emotional independence is what shifts power permanently. You are not harder to manipulate because you built walls. You are harder to manipulate because you built awareness. Awareness reduces leverage. Leverage requires predictable triggers. It requires insecurity. It requires self-doubt. But you trust your perception more quickly now. You believe your discomfort sooner. And you disengage before the pattern deepens. That disengagement is quiet but decisive. It does not need confrontation. It does not need announcement. It simply reduces access. When access is no longer automatic, influence weakens. When influence weakens, manipulation loses appeal. And when manipulation loses appeal, only genuine alignment remains. You may still encounter attempts to test your boundaries. Some people escalate when they feel control slipping. Some provoke reactions to see if the old version of you returns. But the old version does not return easily now. The awareness is too integrated. The lessons are too embodied. You are no longer negotiating with confusion to maintain connection. You are no longer trading peace for intensity. And you are no longer adjusting yourself to preserve someone else's comfort. That is sovereignty. Not dominance. Not aggression. Sovereignty. Sovereignty means your emotional center belongs to you. It means your reactions are chosen rather than triggered. And it means your stability does not depend on someone else's behavior. Hope lives in this shift. It lives in knowing that your growth made you stronger without making you rigid. It lives in trusting that you can love deeply without surrendering clarity. And it lives in understanding that awareness quietly removes manipulation from the equation. You are harder to manipulate now because you value peace more than persuasion. You value alignment more than approval. And you value your intuition more than external pressure. And when that becomes your baseline, control simply stops finding you.